In Bombay assembled Catholics from all over the world. Across the city came the sound of the bronze bell, heard every day during the 38th International Eucharistic Congress. Upon Santa Cruz Airport focused the thoughts of the whole of India. For arriving there to be met by Premier Shastri and other Indian government dignitaries was the Pope. He came by an Air India jet, making this a truly historic day for the church and the country itself. The late Mr. Nehru's daughter, Indira Gandhi, and the Archbishop of Bombay, Cardinal Gracias, were among those here in honor of the Pontiff. An earlier Air India plane had brought members of the papal entourage. The Archbishop now escorted the Pope onto Indian soil. In a gracious gesture to the country, His Holiness gave the Indian greeting, Namaste, holding his palms together. Mr. Shastri personified the invariable hospitality of India's welcome to great personages from abroad. At the governor's mansion, awaiting the Pope, was the President of India. From Delhi, Dr. Radhakrishnan had come to assure Pope Paul that the whole subcontinent would take him to its heart. Underlining that assurance, the big crowd outside, the ordinary people of a peace-loving nation, saw in the Pontiff a servant of the King of Peace. After the blessing, the people here and their president, for the time being, bade the Pope farewell. Attended by Cardinal Gracias, His Holiness prepared to drive to the Eucharistic Congress. To attend that event was the prime reason for his coming to India. Dr. Heenan, Archbishop of Westminster. Breathtaking was the spectacle of the Oval, converted for the Congress into a gigantic open-air cathedral, where fully 300,000 worshippers attending the consecration of bishops saw several initiates into the priesthood take their places. Priests were now all assembled, and the great congregation, the waiting hours over, saw the Pontiff as he slowly drove past. Here was the head on earth of the world's 600 million people who hold the Roman Catholic faith. He came here with a humble dignity befitting a representative of the founder of Christianity. No prisoner of the Vatican is Pope Paul. At the beginning of the year, he made his memorable pilgrimage to the Holy Land. But few can then have thought that he would visit India, most of whose millions are Hindus or Muslims. They brought the sick to receive blessing, as the lame and the halt were taken to the Master 2,000 years ago. Some of the afflicted may realize, perhaps in the near future, that their faith has made them whole. The Catholic orphanage called Our Lady's Home was visited. For the children here to be blessed by the Pope was an experience that time will never erase from their minds. Never again will they regard the head of the Roman Church as a figure removed from all human contact. Most of the children here have no father. Some have lost their mothers. The message of welcome was read by a boy who told the Pope that he had no one in the world. The Holy Father made a donation of nearly £4,000 to the orphanage, enough to maintain it for a year. He was obviously deeply touched by what the boy said. One of the Pope's last engagements in India was at Bandra, to the north of Bombay, to visit the Basilica of Our Lady of the Mount. This is one of the oldest and best-known Catholic shrines in India. It is on the site of a Portuguese Jesuit oratory established 400 years ago. Among the enormous population of India, Roman Catholics, more than 6 million though they number, are a tiny minority. Who would have predicted for Pope Paul's visit such outstanding success? Only perhaps those who have come to realize his ability to arouse spiritual devotion. It was seen in the Holy Land, it has been repeated in India. And now it was time to return to Rome, with the airport again a scene of enthusiasm. This quiet man, by his physical presence, has manifested the power of faith far and wide. For millions in India, a religious revival may spring from the visit of Pope Paul VI.